Hello and welcome to this week's vlog from Maddisons. Well, some really interesting further figures out on the equity release market this week. We've reported on this before and said it's a hugely growing market, and indeed there are now twice as many borrowers in this sector as 5 years ago. The product ranges are increasing 25% year on year, and in 2017 lending to this sector now totals 3.06 billion. I think this really interestingly shows that your property ownership is increasingly becoming a supplementary source for retirement income. Well, some further interesting figures out about the specialist mortgage market. I think most people probably think that this market is dominated by those with previous adverse credit data or bad financial information, but that's not the case. It seems the self-employed are dominating this market. The self-employed market is up 25% over the last 10 years, and so credit lending to this sector now totals 21% in terms of specialist mortgages. A really interesting new initiative that's come out is all to do with how the government wants local people to have a say on building in their area. They're going to dedicate 23 million to setting up local neighbourhood kind of campaign groups who'll be able to have a say on what property looks like, the infrastructure and the amount of development in their area. I think that's in recognition that there is a huge housing shortage in this area, and so they want to get people on board with planning and development in your local town. Do look out for more details on that. It's really quite an interesting story. Well, we've got some 4 lovely properties coming to market in the town this week of Tunbridge Wells, so I just thought I'd focus on those. Firstly, we've got a beautiful little 2-bedroom property in Windmill Street. It's on at a guide of 375,000 and has a really fabulous amount of reception space, so that might be something you'll want to check out. If you want something a little bit bigger, we have a lovely detached property on Cromwell Road for offers in excess of £400,000. And one of the particular features of this property is its beautiful vaulted ceiling. Then, slightly further afield on St James's Road, a lovely 3-bedroom property at £450,000. And this property has a fabulous, generous, south-facing garden, certainly bigger than you would normally expect for this type of property. And finally, on Claremont Road, overlooking the lovely Claremont playing fields, is a beautiful 4-doubled period property, Victorian origins, and on the market for £860,000. Well, of course, Easter is coming this weekend, and there's lots to do in the local area. There's egg hunts going on all over the place. You can head to Buell Water, Ighton Moat, Hever Castle. They'll all have their usual egg hunts going on to entertain you and your children. And also of Mice and Men showing at the assembly halls, all about how 2 ranch owners hope to own their own property and their dreams and aspirations to try and achieve that. And that reminds me to our blog that we had a few weeks ago, which looked at home ownership in the US and also in other parts of the world. Well, we wish you a very happy Easter. Our opening hours here at Maddisons will be closed on Good Friday, Easter Sunday and Bank Holiday Monday. I like to give my vendors a bit of a rest from preparing for all those viewings, but we'll be open on Saturday and back to usual on Tuesday. Have a very happy Easter, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.